Okay guys, we are back for some more Zero Escape. The last session I'm going to be recording tonight is going to be another night of 4 episodes recorded. Damn. But we are in it. We found out that really is Akane. We went back, we saved her life. That was crazy, the whole consciousness travel stuff. And while we were gone, everyone got us 9 BP. I'm so happy that everyone worked together. I love it. Quark and Alice are back up and at it. Oh my god. So now we're going to go open the door and leave, right? Let's do it. Wait. What about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Damn! Alice was the only holdout. She complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio, then she reluctantly complied.
All right, let's get going.
All right. They have no... and that's also... I guess there's like a... We know there's like a ton of suits in that room too, because we're gonna have to use a suit. Oh boy, so this is gonna be the first time since the Dio end that we actually leave here. Wouldn't it be some shit if it was like a completely normal world? Like, by somehow us foiling Dio's plan, we fix the future, or like fix the outside world, but that wouldn't make any sense. So, everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Alright, here we go, guys. Alright. Open up, you faster. I need info. Tell me.
9 door. It will remain.
Yep, 9 seconds. Alright, everybody, let's move. Cool. I keep expecting something bad to happen, but like, I know we're in the end game now, so like I was thinking like Dio like somehow getting out of the handcuffs and like fucking with us somehow or something, I don't know. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
Is the announcer's voice Akane now? Now that we've heard her talk, I almost feel like it might be. But maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just crazy.
The number 9 door. This ends. Thank you. For as the game is over.
Yep, we know all that. And now we go. We're gonna get to that suit room, and we're gonna have to put in all this. Well, we're gonna put on the suits and leave. All right. Frickin' Tenmyoji is Junpei. Can't believe that shit.
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Alright. Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. Yep. My dog is still freaking snoring. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to go out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless. True.
Why? How did all this happen? Did they? No, that's not possible.
Yep.
We've come this far.
They're
We
talking
can't turn
about the
back
shit
now.
they know.
Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
We still have so much to learn. I feel like we're not even scratching the surface on this ending. Like, I feel like we still have a lot to go, because we still don't know why Kay looks like us. We don't know, what was it? There was something else that I was just thinking about that we don't know. Shit, what was it? I don't know. There's definitely a lot of stuff that we don't know. I don't know what I was thinking of specifically, but...
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. Alright. My dog could. As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We stood there for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. Okay. At last it did. And, oh yeah, the other thing was the whole, like, cryo. Like, who was in cryo, and how did that all work out to send, like... Because, I mean, definitely Clover and Alice were for sure. We don't know Phi from the past, so, I mean, I guess we only know... I can't remember if she said she was taken in 2028 or not. I can't remember if she said that or not. So we have no idea when she could have been from, you know? And then frickin' Sigma has clones and robotic arms, so who knows if he's just a freaking clone of Sigma from 2028 or something, you know? And not even, like, didn't even need to be cryoed. But anyway. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Alright. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. Damn. I didn't realize I had to do it so much. I didn't remember that from the Dio ending. Yup. This freaking craziness. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. Yup. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there, astonished.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but
Probably in Nevada.
I think I know what day it is.
Hmm?
Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge?
Yeah, except it's definitely not that date. The question is, what year is it? Really?
Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
No, probably more like 50 years after you were abducted.
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from the city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars, the sky was full of them, more stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger, in fact, than I remembered it being. Also, we don't know all the lion imagery. Like, what was it about, other than, like, being a hint towards the passwords we're supposed to use and stuff like that? Why did they choose the lion eating the sun analogy kind of thing, right? Anyway, then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. Interesting. What's that?
The moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot. And brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this.
Oh boy.
And what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
So is that Earth all fucked up? Are we on the moon? How can we see the moon's shadow if that's the moon? What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth?
Yeah.
What? What?
It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon, covering the sun.
What? No, no way. If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course.
This does not look like the moon, but did they do that to like... Did they do that just so the DON doesn't spoil that we're on the moon?
This is the Lunar Surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No, you've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that?
Jesus. Okay. Well,
This can't be the moon.
Yeah. That's pretty ridiculous.
why does the moon's surface look like sand? Anyway, I'm not gonna hinge on that too much.
Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity.
True.
So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Interesting.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Excuse
Oh,
me.
they don't know that yet.
What?
please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
Wait, so the gravity is messed up, just our perception of time is screwed up, so like we're seeing things like faster since we're all infected. Are we able to perceive each other at the right speed kind of thing? So does that mean the way Luna's talking? So if everyone okay, so theoretically if everyone's like super sped up, they'd be talking like this in order for it to sound normal. Does that mean Luna's talking like that in order to sound normal for all of us and she's not infected? Is that what it is? Is that what she's about to say? And then she's also gonna, like, that kind of thing? And since we're all infected, we perceive the gravity because we're perceiving thing at a different, like, rate of time? Interesting.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed.
Damn, so the same number as Earth's gravity. Or the whatever.
Every one of us has been infected.
The difference between the moon and the Earth.
In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed.
If that's the case, then what happened... I hope they answer this, because then what happened with Quark and Alice, with them wanting to kill themselves and saying, like, why are you talking so fast? And then the one time in the security office, when we had everything, like, sped up. Why did that happen? If we were already infected, then it wasn't Radical 6 that did it. Because we were already infected with it. So did we get, like, a double Radical 6? That, like, double-ed the effect? I don't know. I hope we get an answer to that.
As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters.
Wait, is this why Phi can jump so high? Oh my god. I was just thinking, okay, well what happens if they jump then? Because with the gravity difference, you're gonna be able to jump higher. I guess just no one noticed that because no one jumped except for Phi, who jumped exceptionally high. And that's why then?
It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So, now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Okay.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity? Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigma and Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
Oh.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine.
Interesting. Okay, so that was teasing at that too.
I'm sort of floating.
Cool.
Like that?
Interesting. It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well. Yeah. Although, when she drop kicked Dio, wouldn't she technically be moving a bit slower? So wouldn't that impact be a lot less right there? But it was still enough to knock him out, I guess? Anyway.
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there.
Yeah, Earth looks pretty fucked up, guys.
Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful.
I think we're heading to the idea of me, of what I said, of us having to go back to fix this, you know?
That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This
Yo.
isn't New Year's Eve in 2028.
Yup, what year is
Today
it?
is January 27th.
In 29?
No,
Don't tell me. 30?
still no.
Oh god.
Then just what year is this?
Here it is.
74.
Jesus. 2074. No, that's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago?
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science.
Okay, so there's people alive on Earth still then. Like, it looks all fucked up. But if they left the 23rd, and they knew there'd be one on the 27th, then, yeah, so either whatever happened to Earth happened right after they left, or Earth looks all fucked up, but it's actually, like, people are still alive there.
Nobody can change that.
But why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world.
Oh, jeez.
On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time.
It was Free the Soul doing it, didn't they?
The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Damn. What? Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head.
Jeez.
You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars.
Jesus.
One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground.
Oh my god.
Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation.
Jesus Christ.
Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses, covered in flies and rats and crows. I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that.
Damn.
After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another.
You know, I was hesitant on writing down all of these codes because I had just assumed that the game would tell me them again. I am really glad I wrote them all down. Sorry, I just have the other thing on my other monitor. I know it has nothing to do with this. And I just like glanced over and saw that I still have like all the codes and everything up on my screen, and I was like, thank God I wrote those down when I did, because like sometimes the game does remind you of, or sometimes other games will like do that kind of thing, but this game did not. Like they flash back some stuff in this game, but they did not flash back those codes. If I didn't write them down, I just would not have them right now, or when I needed them to defuse the bombs and stuff like that, or to access like Luna's ending with the first and second gate and stuff. Anyway, okay, let's continue, sorry.
They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good.
Jesus. So
On
that,
April
okay.
13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect.
So, where does Free the Soul come into all of this? Right? So, if Radical 6 got out because of a, like, mistake at a Mars, like, facility by the government, that has nothing to do with Free the Soul, unless we just don't know their connection yet. And then the detonation of this wasn't Free the Soul. They did it because they were trying to scorch the surface in order to, like, kill the virus.
That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors.
Jesus Christ.
Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened.
Okay.
But I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected. And when they died, they took billions with them.
Jeez.
The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture, I suppose.
But all at the same time seems a little convenient.
I'd bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened.
Damn.
You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosions threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years.
Jeez.
Plants withered and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive.
God damn.
Rough times. Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why the sun
Jesus.
sets red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Damn. I love this background track, too. I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. Are we just gonna go back in the base then? Like, what do we do now? It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? God damn. I was so lost in thought, I barely noticed Phi's approach. You know what's funny? Like, I don't remember if I made a joke about it, but did I say something in the episode for Dio's End about, like, being on the moon or something? Or, like, I think I mentioned, like, it looks like another planet or something. I think I might have mentioned something like that, but I think I dismissed it very quickly, kind of thing. Anyway, I was so lost in thought I barely noticed Phi's approach.
Hey, Sigma, I think I figured something out.
Yup. A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is
I
it?
figured out why there's an extra E.
Oh. An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on floor A.
Okay. I thought she figured out, like, I thought she was about to say, like, now I know why they put us here, kind of thing. Like, now I know why we need to send our consciousnesses back, you know? What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma! Knock it off!
God damn
Memento
it.
mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get, the man on the moon rules the infinite time.
Oh,
See?
interesting. The man
You
on the
need
moon
6
rules the
E's to get
infinite
that.
time.
So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people.
So maybe she is gonna realize it.
Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
So, what are you getting at?
My god, you're slow. You don't get it? They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think
Yup.
they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Yup. Oh my god, I was right. Wait a minute. Are you saying you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah. I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe. Sorry. Tenmyoji was talking
I
about?
think so.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period before it actually... So why bring us here and then send us back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea.
Okay.
Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
So is that gonna be a, like, secret room where she's hanging out at? The grave. The one in the garden. Yup.
Well, come on, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
Alright, we're going back in. The question is, can we get back in? Isn't it supposed to be locked down now? Like, once the 9 door opens, it can never be opened again, right? We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, and the others following close behind.
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to go have a talk with somebody.
Who?
You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all
You
this.
mean Akane? I'll
What?
take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
Yeah.
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please.
What the heck?
Coming
Okay.
with you. You folks just said the magic word.
I'm going to then.
Okay, we're all just gonna go.
So am I.
Hey,
Yup. I got
You're
chills.
serious? What the hell is going on?
Shut up. Just shut up and come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. Alright, with that, we headed back through the airlock. So that means Dio came all the way to the moon just to kill us? So there's still something there, right? He came here to stop the AB plan, which was the plan to send us back 45 years, right? Which makes me think that whatever happened on Earth is exactly how Free the Soul wants it right now, you know? So I still think, like, either the Radical Six or the bombs were orchestrated by Free the Soul. We just haven't gotten that far yet, but we're going back to Dio, I guess. He's still in here. And I guess the door can just open from the inside? Why, though?
Ah, clever.
Oh, we're in the other warehouse.
The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends.
Right.
Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it.
Are you
But
fucking...
It looks like I was right.
Are you telling me that every time someone escaped before, they could have just came and opened this door and fucking let us all out?
Any idea where Akane might be?
Okay. Also, can you imagine all the people who escaped, except for Dio, because Dio, like, knew this and he had it planned, right? But, like, whenever Kay left, I don't know, well, now Kay is, like, mysteriously, like, knowing more things. But I was thinking, like, whenever Kay left, or stuff like that, like, where would they go? They would just go to the surface of the moon and be fucked, you know? I guess Fi never left. We never managed to leave except for when we were with Dio. I guess Fi left with us then, but yeah, we never left, like, alone, right? And, like, Tenmyoji left with Quirk, but he already knew that all this was a thing. So, like, where was he gonna go? Does he have a way to return to Earth? Or, I don't know. Anyway, like, all those endings where people escaped, I'm just curious of, like, what they thought when they went through the door. I think Clover left once, too, so she would have, like, left and just been like, where the fuck am I? Anyway. Yeah. The grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move. To the garden. Okay, here we go. I wish I had another water. I guess I'll survive. Probably record the same amount of time, 15 minutes to 17 more minutes without water. My throat kind of hurts from 4 episodes of talking. Okay. Here we go.
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
No, I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. You see the keyhole? Is it gonna open behind the waterfall, maybe? Hold on. If I just... So it's still there. Insert this here. I pulled the key off my ankle and fit it into the hole. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. Okay, never mind. It's just the... I always thought there was something behind there. Oh. Oh, so she's in
What
here.
is this? It doesn't look like a coffin. Yeah. It's a treatment pod. Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
Alright. She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod and...
No good. I think
Oh.
it's locked.
What?
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1 defrosting complete.
Oh, okay.
Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes.
So why did she have to cryo-freeze herself, right? She was already old, we met her at the beginning of the game, why did she have to go into the pod after if it's her?
Stage 2 is complete. The lock will automatically disengage.
I think it might not be her. Who's it gonna be? Right, cold sleep.
What?
These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Mizakane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered
What do you remember?
everything.
Alright, so he has his memory back
I was
then?
born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9.
Oh, Rhizome 9 from that diagram we have.
A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon.
Jesus.
And this is the 9th one. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they?
The 9th one, 9 again, and also 9th line, 8th the sun. Interesting kind of stuff.
In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
All these other people are gonna be like, what the hell? Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Okay.
Too late?
Interesting. What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had. Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary.
Right,
By
we understand all
forcing
that.
multiple options, you could make numerous jumps.
Yeah, we know all that.
We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories. The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Yep, same thing that Akane said.
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9.
Huh.
We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories. Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you.
Yeah, that's basically saying they were here because they saw that they were here. So, like, where to start kind of thing.
In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes. I suppose I should explain. Very well.
Okay.
I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago,
Okay.
on December 22nd, 2028. The location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029.
Okay.
Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
We already established, I mean, I guess she just didn't believe, maybe she just didn't believe Tenmyoji. But, I mean, we already established that, but I guess I guess she's just reconfirming what she knows, kind of thing.
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension.
So can she somehow communicate with, like, other people on Earth right now? Like, how far can it go?
Am I
wonder.
wrong?
Like, I wonder if Clover's ability was working right now, could she actually communicate with Snake, right?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another.
Okay,
which
yeah.
can amplify their power.
Yeah, they talked about that before.
You understand?
So she's here to amplify Phi and Sigma's power.
This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
Yeah.
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform a prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind.
Oh, yeah.
Only you could do that sort of thing.
Damn. Okay.
Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline. Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. And Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension.
Okay.
Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here.
I like how they're just not even saying his name. Like, I've been waiting every time they bring this up, and they're like, you used it to save a girl. You went by Junpei back then, right? And like, but they haven't.
All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh? He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth. What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, it headed straight for the moon. During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Yo.
Now, Dio. His real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother.
Yep.
It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago.
Okay, so there's the... So what Tenmyoji said earlier was the speculation that we heard. The whole, like, Mars thing. So they were the ones that did the Radical 6. Okay.
Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed.
Yeah.
At least, not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game...
Okay, so that's why in this whole branch, Akane, we never found Akane's body, And that's why we started seeing the bombs. That's cool. Okay, that makes sense.
Destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper.
Oh shit. Who's gonna be Brother? Who's it gonna be? I was just thinking about this a little bit ago. Like, we had the info a long time ago that Brother, like, Free the Soul knew about the Esper project. I think either Alice or Clover told us about it. They knew about the Esper project, which, like, it didn't dawn on me until, like, a few minutes ago, where I was like, if they knew about the project, then is it possible that one of them could be an Esper? And if one of them is an Esper, why did they name him Brother? Is it because we know who it is? You know, is it possible that we know who Brother is? That's why they couldn't use the real name of who it is? Anyway.
We can set Brother aside for now, though.
Please don't be Snake. Anyone but Snake. Literally, Brother could be anyone but Snake. But I don't think it is, because Clover's... They're, like... Left was supposed to be Brother's brother, right? And Clover would know... If Dio's a clone of that, then Clover would know that Snake's sibling is... Like, that would be her sibling, too, and she would recognize Dio, you know? But I wonder who else it could be. Anyway.
May I proceed?
Or it's no one. Maybe it's just another Esper in the world. Like, there was also all those other Esper kids that were taken from, like, other tests and stuff like that, so... back when Alice was talking about all that stuff, like, bringing all those kids to where she was and stuff. But anyway, no one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two, Luna and myself. Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be alright with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey, I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
Yeah.
You've already met him, Sigma, in another timeline.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess we... Was that the projection we saw? Yeah, well, I saw a hologram. So is that really him? I still don't know who he is. Is that Snake?
Stage 2 is complete.
I'm waiting for Snake to show up somewhere.
TP00.
Is that why he has the eye thing? Does it help him see the device in his eye? Oh.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do it. Alright. We're not gonna... damn it, we're gonna open the pod, and then we're just gonna, like... That's around when I'm gonna end the episode. All of us gathered around the pod. The glass was still covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
Oh, I'm excited. Who is it gonna be? Phi later hand on the lever. It could just be Akane, but... And looked around at us. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
Alright, here we go. 3, 2...
She's doing the same thing we do.
1.
Oh. 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 Who's it gonna be? Who's it? Another Sigma! God damn it! God damn it! What? Suddenly, my head was full of memories from other timelines. I'd seen something like this before. The warehouse of Floor B. Wait, so is... Oh, shit. Is Zero Senior old? Somehow, is Zero Senior old, Sigma? Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw, yup, my own face. I'd never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? It didn't make sense. After I'd seen him, I was injected with tuberculine, and that was the end of that. Yo. But wait, if the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed. Didn't I tell you?
Or is there just another clone?
You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
Oh my god, Akane's in the suit? No. Oh my god, you're...
Yes, I am.
What? Mind blown.
Akane Kurashiki.
It's you, June. I mean, Akane.
Yeah.
But you're old.
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Junpei! They finally said it.
Junpei?
Akane, long time no see.
Yes. Ah. I could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. It felt like all the air had been knocked out of me. Okay, so now we still have the freaking confusion of, when did they switch the armor then? Because, I mean, I guess they could have found a time, right? Probably. Because that would mean that, wait. Hold on. When was the ending? The ending was a different branch. So Akane was dead in that branch, right? Flowchart. Oh, we're actually towards the end of the... Well, I guess we're still in the first novel since we jumped back. Never mind. Anyway. Plus, who knows? They could just unlock 15 more other branches somewhere anyway, so it doesn't matter. And, you know, one novel section could be 3 hours long. You know, some of them have been really long. Okay, so... Kay's ending. Yeah, so Kay's ending was in a different branch. So Akane would have been dead in this one, so they didn't have to take... Interesting. So the Sigma that was in Kay's suit, was probably in the suit the whole time in that branch, right? Excuse me, sorry, I hiccuped. He was probably in the suit the whole time, but because Akane lived this time, she went into the suit and just stuck the Sigma clone, or whatever he is, in the pod. So what's up with the... So, okay, we're gonna have to learn way more about, like, why there's another Sigma and stuff like that. So, interesting. That's crazy. Alright. On that note, guys, before we get into this, on this big reveal, we are going to end it, and I'm unfortunately not going to play this game tomorrow either, which sucks. I don't know, maybe I'll still do an episode or two, but we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Damn, so, we're on the moon, 45 years in the future. The plan is for Sigma and Phi to travel back, but we still don't have the full details, because we mentioned you want us to travel back and stop the Radical Six, and he said, like, not exactly. If you go back, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. So I feel like there's still more to the story, right? Confirmed that, I mean, we kind of already knew, but Free the Soul did release the virus. And then for some reason, we haven't had the real answer yet, only the rumor from Tenmyoji, that they tried to burn the virus away by detonating those bombs, but it's very possible that Free the Soul wanted to detonate all those antimatter facilities or whatever, and blow them all up and everything that happened to Earth, you know? But yeah, damn. So much crazy stuff, guys. This is insane. Like, this game is just taking it to the next level, and every, like, episode I feel like it goes to a whole new level. I can't wait to learn more. I'm so excited to, like, know it all, you know? But, yeah, guys, that's gonna be it. I wonder if I'm right, if somehow, like, an old Sigma is Zero Senior, maybe? Or if Zero Senior is someone else from ZE1 that we know. it might be one of those, like, two things, I think. But I still don't know who Zero Senior is. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see the rest of this right now. You can do so on there. And yeah, that's gonna be it. The link for that is in the description. It'll be popping up on the screen as well for the Patreon. Yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my future videos. Bye-bye.